Frost dusted the windows of Willow Creek, a forgotten Montana town nestled in the Bitterroot Valley. Jack Harper stood outside his woodworking shop, breath clouding in the sharp autumn air, hands buried in his flannel jacket. His gray eyes scanned the empty road, the quiet of comfort he'd grown to need. 4 years ago, a drunk driver stole his wife, Sarah Splinterman, and daughter, Ramamwar, Lily, Tivernebornim, leaving a void Jack filled with cedar and nails. He built tables, chairs, things that endured. Willow Creek let him fade into his work. No questions asked. This morning, a restless ache stirred in him. He locked the shop, his hound Tucker bounding to his side. Halfway to his truck, Jack spotted her, a woman crouched by a battered Harley, cursing a flat tire. Her leather jacket was worn, dark hair wild in the wind. She looked like a drifter. Trouble on two wheels. Jack could have driven off, but her slumped shoulders, heavy with a familiar loneliness, stopped him. Come on. Tucky, numb, he muttered. Approaching, need a hand. His voice was gruff. She looked up, hazel eyes wary, like a cornered animal. Then she exhaled. Yes, Yuri. Hansa, she said, voice warm, rough. Tires done for, and my patch kit's useless. Jack knelt, inspecting the bike. Tucker sniffed her bags. Kit's shot. Jack said, you're not riding this anywhere. Keter so weaver you sherbet. She laughed. Bitter. Figures. Jack caught the weight in her tone. I can tow it to my place. He offered. Got tools, patches. It's close. And Norson. Her gaze flickered, weighing him. Trust wasn't easy. Jack knew that. Finally, she nodded. All right. Thanks, Sir Norman. I'm Ellie. Jack, he said, standing. Truck's over there. Conassurity boxes termin. They loaded the bike. Ellie's movement strong but tired. At his cabin, a simple A-frame against the pines. She stared out the window, fingers drumming. Jack didn't pry. Silence was kinder. Nice town, Ellie said as they pulled up, her voice wistful. Feels frozen in time. It is, Jack replied. He parked by the barn, the air sharp with wood smoke. Ellie gazed at the sunset, colors bleeding across the sky. Beautiful, she murmured. Jack secured the bike. Good place to get lost. Ellie turned, eyes unreadable. Maybe that's what I need. He handed her a wrench. Let's fix this first. They worked quietly, strangers tethered by a task. Jack felt a spark curiosity. Maybe hope. Ellie's sighs spoke of long roads, sleepless nights. As dusk fell, he realized he didn't want her to go. Next morning, Ellie sat on his porch, coffee in hand, Tucker at her feet. Her jacket hung on the railing, hair glowing in the dawn. She looked like she belonged, and the thought warmed Jack. He joined her, mug steaming. Up early, he said. Road habit. She smiled. Real but small. No sleeping in. They sat, town stirring beyond the trees. Thanks for the help, Ellie said softly. Most would have passed by. Jack scratched Tucker's ears. Tucker's fault. Her laugh surprised him, light and free. Thank him. Then me, sir. Jack glanced at her. Leaving today? She hesitated, gripping her mug. Maybe not. Her uncertainty mirrored his. Town small, he said, but Maud's diner has killer pie. Ellie's lips curved. Tempting. Stay a couple days, Jack said, surprising himself. Get your bearings. She searched his eyes. Found no strings. All right. By noon, Ellie fit into Willow Creek like she'd always been there, chatting with shopkeepers, laughing with kids. Jack watched from his shop, a strange ache in his chest. She belonged. That afternoon, she wandered into his workshop, fingers tracing a rocking chair. You made this, she asked. Odd is surge. Keeps me sane, Jack said, wiping his hands. Mom, you're good. Durikim, she said, her laugh low. Musical? Really good. His cheeks warmed. Thanks, Ranchon. She studied a table. Thoughtful. People don't value handmade anymore. Jack saw grief in her eyes. Deeper than wood. Lost more than a tire. He asked. Her hands stilled. Maybe. A roar cut the air, a sleek Ducati outside Maud's. A man in a sharp jacket dismounted. Eyes on Ellie. She stiffened. You know him? Jack asked. Tense. Yeah, she said. Voice tight. I know him. The man, all charm and menace. He approached. Kita Chevrolet Marts. Ellie, the manager in a one. Hi, he said. Too familiar. Been a while. Jack stepped forward. What's going on? He asked Ellie. She shook her head, smile forced. Nothing. Old history. But Jack knew it wasn't nothing. Trouble had found her. The workshop smelled of sawdust, a haven for Jack's restless heart. He was sanding cedar when Ellie slipped in, teasing, You always smell like wood. Jack grinned, wiping sweat. Better than road dust. She chuckled, touching a chair. These have stories. Wood's honest, Jack said. Treat it right. It lasts. His words carried weight. Ellie picked up a knife. Teach me to make something. Jack raised an eyebrow. Like what in what she won? Something that lasts. He handed her chalk, showing her to sketch a star on pine. Her cuts were clumsy, but she persisted. Focused, they talked her of deserts. Cities was Shurahinawarwam. Highways, him of Willow Creek. His father's lathe, Sarah's humming. Lily's laughter, Tornin, was Surinawarm. Ellie listened, eyes soft. You love them, she said quietly. Still do, Jack murmured, smoothing her star. Sunset painted the room gold. Ellie held her lopsided star, laughing. It's awful. Jack's fingers brushed hers, handing it back. It's perfect. Her smile softened. Vulnerable? Thanks, she whispered. They stood close. Key, air electric. Tucker's bark broke the spell. Ellie pocketed the star. I'm staying for that pie, she said. We're leaving. Jack watched her go, hope stirring. The trail behind Jack's cabin climbed through wildflowers. He and Ellie hiked it, Tucker bounding ahead. Her flannel was untucked. A prana, hair loose. They walked in sync, silent. Where are we going? Ellie asked. You'll see. Jack grinned. A clearing opened under a cottonwood. Willow Creek below. Ellie gasped. You grew up here. Always, Jack said. They sat on a bench, quiet wrapping them. Ever think we're waiting for something? Ellie said. Gaze distant. For what? Jack asked. A reason. Someone? A Joaquin on the Hawampan. Jack swallowed. I thought love could keep bad things out. Her hand touched his arm. What happened? He told her crash. Guilt. Walls. She stayed. Steady. I stopped letting people in, he said. Safer. I get it, Ellie whispered. I trusted someone. Thought he loved me. Not my family's money. Hidisa went on a Wansby. Her voice broke. They're Donovan's. Donovan Industries. Garbanas fun sort of be into neighbors. Billions. I hid it. Wanted to be seen. But it changes people. Jack's heart ached. She was running from a gilded cage. That's why you're here, she nodded, eyes meeting his. They sat, broken pieces fitting. Tucker's bark lightened the moment. Jack stood, offering his hand. Let's eat. Ellie laughed, taking it to a wush, bikadito, and Jack felt hope. Harvest Moon Festival lit Willow Creek with lanterns. Jack and Ellie wandered. Her sweater soft, smile bright. Always this lively. Oh, sonin, she asked. We love our pumpkins. Jack chuckled. Kids tugged Jack to a hay bale toss. Ellie's grin pushed him to join. He didn't win, but her laughter was enough. They sipped cider, a slow song drifting. Danso, Lara de Force, Jack asked. It's been a while. Isura de Bursuri covered Macon, Ellie said, taking his hand. They swayed. Clumsy. Then sure. Metita Shwani Wasuart. The world faded. Just them. Jack knew he wanted her forever. Ellie's eyes held hope. Foreign such sonomir in fear. They lingered post-song, his fingers brushing her hair. This was a miracle. Post-festival. Jack stood on his porch, fog thick. A sleek SUV rolled up, a suited man stepping out. Jack Harper. I'm Victor. Turnamana Fibers Kuninen. Here for Ellie. Jack tensed. Who's asking? Ellie's been hard to find. Victor sneered. Ellie appeared. Paling? Horatio. What are you doing here? Your father's worried, Victor said. You can't run. Eleanor Donovan. Jack's mind spun. Ellie faced Victor. I'm done. You don't get to quit billions. Victor snapped, eyeing Jack. She's not what she seems. He left. Ellie turned, pleading. I was going to tell you. What if fussed in arm? Jack asked. Hurt rising. I'm a Donovan. She said, tears falling. I hid it because it changes everything. You didn't trust me, Jack said. I wanted you to see me, she whispered. Jack wanted to hold her, but pain held him back. I need time, Ellie nodded. Where are you, winner? Retreating. Jack stood, walls rebuilding. The charity gala glittered. Jack there reluctantly. Ellie stood across. Dress burgundy, smile forced. Their eyes met, unmoving. The mayor boomed. Thanks to Eleanor Donovan. Heir to Donovan Industries. Applause erupted. Eyes turning greedy. Ellie froze. Jack crossed to her. Not here, he said, leading her out. Outside, Ellie shook. You weren't supposed to know like that. You weren't going to tell me, Jack asked. Bitter, I needed you to see me, she said, crying. Being a Donovan is a cage. I get why, Jack said, but it hurts. I didn't mean to lie, she whispered. Maybe you need to find who you are, Jack said, and me too. She walked away, gravel crunching, loss cutting deep. Winter blanketed Willow Creek. Jack's cabin echoed without Ellie. He worked less, joy gone. One night, he held her star. Regret crushing him, he'd pushed her away. Scared, she'd seen him, and he'd failed her. Next morning, he walked with Tucker. Snow falling. He'd survived loss. He could survive love. He wrote Ellie a letter, promising better. He packed his truck, Tucker beside him, and drove to a city she'd mentioned a shelter. The city overwhelmed. But on day 3, he found Maple Street Shelter. Ellie's setting up story hour. The receptionist said, Jack's heart raced. He saw her through a door jeans. Sweater. Marker smudged. Arranging books. Just Ellie. He entered. Jack, she whispered. Shocked. He held the letter, trembling. Can we start over? You came all this way, she said, hope dawning. I'd go anywhere, Jack said. She smiled. Taking his hand, I just need you. Jack held her. Tucker barking. They laughed. Real home. Dursuma. Spring woke Willow Creek. Ellie stood on the porch. Tucker circling. Smells like hope. She grinned. Peony. Jack chuckled. Beside her, they built a life coffee mornings. Workshop days. Radio dances. Ellie carved Dukinewan on Kamane. Jack trusted. They opened Harper and Lane Woodworks, teaching kids birdhouses. The town loved Ellie for her heart. One evening, on the cabin steps, stars above, Ellie leaned into Jack. I thought happiness was down some road. Trey, Jack asked, kissing her hair. It's built, she said. Hand in his, Jack held her, grateful for broken roads, second chances, and the choice to stay before we part ways. I'd love to hear from you. Where are you joining us from today? It's always a thrill to see how far these stories travel and to feel the warmth of our growing community across the globe. If Evan and Cassidy's journey touched your heart, please consider subscribing for more tales of love, redemption, and the quiet magic of human connection. Your support keeps these stories alive. Thank you for sharing this moment with us. Until next time, keep believing in kindness, and never forget that love often finds us when we least expect it. Take care.